LeetCode 596, classes more than 5 students. Write a solution to find all the classes that have at least 5 students. Return the results table in any order. The result format is in following example. We're going to solve this easy LeetCode question in both SQL as well as Python Pandas, taking you line by line. All right, let's start coding. So our example input for this one is going to be a table called courses. We have column names, which is student and class, both varchar. So we can see over here our example, we have student and class, and then our output is just a class with explanation. Math has 6 students, so we include it. English and biology have 1, as well as computers, so not to include it. All right, this isn't too bad to solve. Let's start working on this. So since we just want to return class and we only have one table over here, let's just do that first. So what we're going to do is select, we'll grab class, and we're going to say from courses, which courses is capital C over here. So I'm just going to put that. All right, so now what we're going to want to do is we're going to group by our specific class. So group by class. And what I'm going to do is one more line, and we're going to do having. So essentially what we can do is a count with this having, and we're going to do a count where the class is greater than or equal to 5. So greater than or equal to 5 over here, because it says find a class that has at least 5 students. So that means we want to set 5, we want to set 6, and just having this will, no pun intended, do that for us. So essentially what this is doing, just at a very high level, let me just walk through line by line, is we're selecting our class from course, right? So that's getting our output over here. We're grouping by the class, and we're filtering where we're having it the count. And this count looks at each time that a class is in this table and will count it up. So if someone has 2, 3, or 4, we're not going to see that in our select statement because we have this filter. Think of having like a where clause, but you apply it specifically to a group. So a little bit interesting for your first time doing it, but it can make your code a little bit faster by just including that instead of having a CTE. We could have done it either way. I'm just going to run it to make sure I made no typos, and we have a runtime error. So let me just see over here, invalid courses. Well, it should be courses, not course. So I do apologize. And now it should work, and it's been accepted. And that was my exact solution. So let's take a look at the Python side of things. All right, so the Python is going to be a little bit more complicated. So let's start off and do something called course total. That's going to be a data frame that we create. And we're going to say that's equal to courses, which this one has a lowercase c. So I'm just going to put that over here like that. We're going to group by. So group by over here. Inside over here, we're going to group by our class. So class like that. Then we're going to count these. So count over here, and then we're going to reset that index. So reset our index on here, and that's how we can get specifically a count for each of those specific courses. All right, then we're going to say course total final, and we're going to say that's equal to course total, and we're going to look inside of it, which is kind of our shortcut for filtering, right? So inside over here, we're going to look where our student is greater than 5. So course total, we'll say our student on here, and that's what we were summing up essentially, right? So student is going to be greater than or equal to 5. And lastly, we're going to do a return. So return course total final, and then we're going to return those classes where we have the student that's greater than 5. So class like that. I'm just going to run, make sure there's no typos. And it's been accepted, which is my exact solution. So let me go through this Pandas code one more time. All right, so let's just run through this Python Pandas one last time. So the first thing we're doing is we're creating a new data frame called courses total. What we're doing is a group by on this class. We're counting the number of classes, and we're resetting that index. Next thing we're doing is we're creating another new data frame over here, course total final. This time we're going to filter through this course total. Course total student has to be greater or equal to 5. Student is where this count is specifically going to lie within this data frame. And lastly, we're going to return our class because that's what it asked us in that question. So overall, not too bad of a question. It was really just demonstrating if you knew how to use a group by and then filter by the results of that specific group by. If you're able to get some value in this, I would appreciate if you subscribe to the channel. These videos are 100% for free. And in fact, I upload about 2 to 3 data videos every single week. Try to be as consistent as possible. And if you're trying to practice even more LeetCode questions for a specific interview, I have a playlist as well as other videos down below, or you can check it out right over here.